right, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing the show, Ryan.
No, this is fantastic. I'm really excited about it.
So we're doing EO in a car.
So
it's
cool.
A spin-off of I Am in a Car. This is all for helping create some visibility and awareness around the Entrepreneurs Organization, and specifically for Southwest.
For Southwest, yeah.
So I guess I have the privilege of having our chapter president in EO in a Car today. So thanks a lot for doing this, Ryan.
No, thank you.
As we kind of start these off, we do just a little bit of like an introduction. So if you could kind of maybe give the audience a little, hey, this is what my deal is, where I've been, and what I'm up to now.
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Ryan Watt, and I'm currently the chapter president for SWO. And I've been with the organization now for 3 years, three years and change. And you know, there was a time a couple years ago where I felt like I needed more people to chat to.
Maybe bring it back for us, just to come back a couple of years. Where have you come from? What kind of business do you have now? How'd you get involved with it?
Right. So I started off my career in corporate, and as I was kind of going up through the corporate chain, I realized that for me, I had more of a passion for small business, for entrepreneurship, and so I came across this business that was a cool opportunity where I had a chance to be a partner in the business and help grow it. So the business is called Duroair Technologies, and we're a manufacturer of industrial clean rooms. So we sell into metal fab facilities, aerospace, some government, and we work on isolating industrial processes and then filtering out the air. It has this really cool niche to it, and obviously challenges that come along with it as well. So challenges with it being a small business that, starting from zero sales, like getting that very first sale and trying to build it up to, into the millions of dollars. And some of the challenges of business growth with that. And
the long sales cycle, I would imagine, with those types of clients.
Long sales cycle, or 6 to 12 month sales cycle. And challenges with it's a new product. So we've got product development issues, we got brand awareness and product awareness and all that kind of stuff. And so, I was chatting with some people. I always enjoyed going out and doing mentor meetings. Right. And so I was chatting with a couple of my mentors, and one of them was a YPO member, and he had gone on to WPO. And can
you just, for the sake of the audience, not necessarily understanding acronyms?
Yeah, so YPO is the Young Presidents Organization, and WPO is the World Presidents Organization. Right. So they are similar to what EO, the Entrepreneurs Organization, is, just different qualifications that are required.
To be able to get into the group.
Yep. Different types of businesses, different size of businesses, but all that concept of trust and respect, get into forums to be able to learn, grow, and share with peers, opportunities to go into learning events and those kind of things. And so I was meeting with this one mentor of mine, and he said, you got to look up this Entrepreneurs Organization thing. Yeah. It is, in his opinion, for him, YPO and WPO completely changed his life, made him the person that he is today, and the success that he has been today, not just in business, but with his family and personally and all those kind of things. Cool. And so he said, he's like, I heard through the grapevine that there's a new chapter that's starting in Southwest Ontario. And so he said, just look it up. Go online, look it up. So I looked it up, looked really cool. So made the phone call, got in touch with Brian Hansel, who was spearheading the new chapter. Yeah. And so had a conversation with him, talked a little bit about the business, talked about, what qualifications are required, and he said, listen, you're qualified. Here's the application process, send it in. And so I sent it in. I got a call from Brian, and he said, congratulations, you are a member of the chapter. We'd also like to congratulate you. You're on the board. So it was all very exciting right out of the gate. Yeah. And so just learning about EO and the whole forum experience, getting into chapter from the grassroots, which was such, and continues to be such a cool experience. And then layer on top of that, being on the board right out of the gate. And I jumped in as the forum chair. And so the forum chair is responsible for when we get new members in, seeding new forums. So these are groups of 6 to 10 people who get together and meet on a monthly basis to discuss, pros and cons, the positives and the negatives of what's going on in their business life, personal life, family life, and within their community. And so as the forum chair, you set up the forums initially, and then you work with the forums to ensure that members are getting the most amount of value out of their forum meetings and their forum experience.
Cool.
So it was a fantastic role. Really enjoyed that. From there, I jumped right into the president, and this is my second term as a president. Really cool opportunities there too, because you're able to kind of look at what direction do you want the chapter to head in? What's your vision for it? How can we strategize around building the chapter, getting new members in, getting the right members in? So members that don't just qualify, but really meet kind of what it means to be part of SWO. Which for us is someone who really wants to engage in the chapter and be like an intimate member, get to know the other members, not just within your forum, but within the entire chapter. So you're coming to the events, and you're representing SWO potentially outside of the chapter walls as well. Go and see other chapters, go to global events, and
that's what I'm really excited for personally.
Yeah,
the global events. Like, I'm super excited. Like, I know we have Global Leadership Conference is happening in Toronto this year, which is like a really exciting opportunity for people that are, especially in this chapter, to not be able to travel so far. 3 kids under 3.
Yep.
But EO is a long-term thing, so I'm really excited to be able to go to those places all over the place.
And so I've been fortunate in the couple years that I've been in EO. I've been down to the States a couple times, to Miami. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to, we're in San Diego for a GLC. I've been to Frankfurt, going to Los Cabos soon.
Sounds horrible.
And so
How do you live with yourself?
the one that I had to miss was an opportunity in Thailand, and my daughter had just been born. She was 4 weeks old, and I thought, man, if I go to Thailand and leave my wife at home with a 4-month-old or 4-week-old, it's not going to go over.
No, that's not going to go well. That's not going to go well.
So Thailand, I had to pass on, but the opportunity was there.
Yeah.
Right, and the opportunities continue to be there. And when you get into the global events, what I think is so cool is that you meet all these like-minded people, all these members that are in a completely different area of the world.
Yeah.
All living the same thing we're living.
And so, not to put you on the spot or anything, do you know the mandate of EO as a global organization?
The mandate of EO?
Yeah, like the purpose of it, the mission, what they're trying to accomplish. So I did put you on the spot. Anyway.
Put me on the spot. And
one of the things I think is amazing, it just kind of echoes that idea of the network that is existing, and then how you can introduce people like internationally. But EO's mandate, just so everybody knows, is to become the most influential entrepreneurial organization in the world.
And now that you say it, I totally knew that.
Yeah, of course. That's okay. I'm membership chair, right?
That's
so
right.
I'm trying to get new members.
Of course.
But same boat, I want to make sure the right members come in.
That's right.
But I think it's important that I understand like the cultural values and the mandate of this thing. And we also did a press release session with the Golf Today yesterday.
Right.
So it's top of mind. So you're not. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus. But I think that idea of being able to connect with people, it's like, because being part of EO, so I just emailed somebody who's in Toronto I've never met, and I was like, hey, I'm from EO, I've just got a couple questions for you, I'm trying to figure out X, and they're like, yeah, cool, give me a shout Monday. Like cold call, nothing, just like sure, like open door, green light conversation.
So I had a similar experience. We were looking at hiring on a new marketing agency, and we wanted one that was very niche market to the industrial B2B sales,
right,
or B2B industry. And so I did my online search and found there was this agency that I thought met all the markers that was down in Nashville.
Okay, cool.
So I had met someone from Nashville at a global conference, sent him a quick email and said, listen, can you give me a hand? I just looking for any feedback. Have you heard of this agency, or any feedback on some of the results, like anything? And he said, leave it with me for 3 days. 3 days later, I get this email. He's like, I spoke to 3 people in the industry. Here's the feedback on them. I think they'd be great for you. Sign them up. And
awesome.
Sure enough, they're our agency right now, agency of record, and we're in the first year of a 3-year initial agreement with them, and I felt 100% confident because I've got my EO network that's backing me up on it.
Well, that's such a cool story.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing that people don't like. People don't understand EO in this area quite yet. This is the purpose of these videos.
Totally.
But then it's not just like an organization where you meet up once a month and you talk about the best and the worst of what's going on and have a good trusted relationship. I mean, that's really powerful, but there's just so much more to it. So, outside, I mean, I was going to ask you, a lot of people are trying to understand the tactical takeaways and the tangible value that comes from being part of a network like that.
Right.
I mean, that story right there pretty much answered the question, but is there anything else that comes to mind that the last 6-12 months that's been impacted your life?
So, a couple of the events that you go to, you pick up these little nuggets along the way, right? And you get introduced to different people. And it's those little things that you can bring back to your business and implement immediately.
So is there one that comes to mind?
I think the biggest one that comes to mind is EO introduced me into the philosophy of Traction. So Traction's a book that very well.
Gave me.
Did I give it to you?
Yeah, at our first lunch.
There you go.
And we're fully running EO right now.
There you go. So EO, we talk about, what are some of the challenges in the business and how we're going to set it up. And so I think, man, we need just an overall business strategy and how are we going to follow this through? So I think it was Nadine who introduced me originally to Traction, and then it was a friend of mine who's in Halifax who I was doing a bit of a mentor meeting with him, just chatting with him, and he says stop messing around with this Traction stuff. I'm ordering you the book right now. As we're sitting there on the phone, I can hear him typing away. He's just you got 2 versions of it coming to you. It'll be Amazon tells me it'll be there in 2 days.
That's awesome.
And so you get it, and now we've got this whole network of people within EO who are using Traction, following the EOS model, have their VTOs set up, and so now when you talk about I'm either struggling with the program or how do I implement things a little bit differently, you got a whole network of people. And there's this cool thing
common language.
Totally. And there's this cool piece that's offered in EO called My EO.
Right.
And so in My EO, there is a specific group called Traction. And so you can join this group, and now there's people from all over the world who, if you have a Traction question, you just go on. And don't be surprised if, it's going to be Traction coaches or EOS coaches who reply. Gino Wickman, the author, he might jump on.
Right.
You don't know who you're going to get the answer to, but you get kind of contacts all the way through. And so Traction has been a complete game changer for our business.
So a little bit of tangible value.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And it got us focused on core values and, how do you hire, promote based on core values and get the right people in the right place, and man, it's been awesome for us.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So if you're interested, you can check out EO, SWO, or just Google Entrepreneurs Organization, SWO, anything you want. And then you can also comment on this video, or if you want, you can hook up with me on LinkedIn, Robert Murray on LinkedIn. There's a number of different ways on the website. There's a contact, there's an application if you have any questions. But the qualifications, it's $1 million in US revenue. And you gotta want to take it to the next level. I mean, there's thirst for learning and doing cool shit.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ryan,
go boldly.
Yeah, go boldly, right?
and cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. One of our things is it's got to be cool.
Yeah.
And so, wow events and cool experiences and.
Well, you just even in the summer getting to go to that private go-karting track, which general public doesn't have access to, 100-kilometer-an-hour go-karts. I'm not sure if that resonates with anybody watching this, but that was a ton of fun.
That is an experience that everyone should try once.
Absolutely, man.
It is a ton of fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
So,
all right, cool. Well, I'll let you guys go. If you have any questions about EO, let us know.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.